download this. This is the same application. I am using the same one because you can go home and try the same thing and you will have a similar experience. It won't be like, what is this, he was talking about something else. It will be same thing. So what I've done, I've already extracted this out. Okay, and I've not changed even a single line of code. I'm using the same thing. But if you are not using this sample application you are building and you need to add into your project, what you have to do is basically use a NuGet package. You all know how to use the NuGet packages, right? So DocumentDB is available in the form of NuGet. Go search for DocumentDB, download the binaries, done. Then use the same code. Whatever you want to do, there is a code, you can use the same code. Okay. You all are familiar with MVC, right? Yeah. So I'm not going to spend more time on it. Just give you, so it's a MVC application. I have some methods to create, to delete, to check if the delete is complete, detail, edit, simple CRUD operations. Okay. Then I have one item model. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 properties, one ID. Okay, one name, description, and computed. I am calling it is complete in the property, JSON property name. Okay. I have this repository. What it's going to do, it's going to talk to my database, and if you can see, it's reading the values from the config file. You all know what I'm doing here, right? Yeah. So here, see, I have this endpoint. This is the endpoint for my DocumentDB. It's a HTTPS secure, so it uses 443, and this is the name of my account. Okay, and this is my key. This is a unique key that I can get from my portal. I will show you. But as I've downloaded the sample project, they have automatically put it there for me. Then I have told the database name as Todoist, collection name as items. Okay, let me run it.
Show the DB layer.
So it's not DB layer, there is a repo. So this is the document DB repo, and it's basically creating a client document DB client. This is done by the SDK. When you use NuGet package, you get this client as a part of it, and then you are creating a client out of it, and then you are calling all the predefined methods: create document async, replace document async, delete document async. You are passing out your ID, the collection database ID. Every database will have ID. Database collection then will have ID, and the ID of the document you want to change. Or if you want to update, you want to send the item. Because you are updating, right? Deleting, you don't need the item. You just need the ID and delete that part. Updation and creation, you need that item as well. I hope I'm clear about it, right? It's very basic stuff.
It actually created as a resource.
Sorry?
It actually created as a resource.
Yes.
Over the way.
Yes. Okay. So let me create new. You know, there is a 50-50-90 rule with the demo. Have you heard about it? 50-50-90 rule. If there is a 50-50 chance of working, 90% it's not going to work in a demo. So let me try and see. So it worked, but let me go to my database and see if it worked. So there is a data explorer here. Todoist is my database. These are my collections. I went inside my collection. I have this stored procedure, UDF and triggers over here, but I want to see my documents. Okay, I have 3 documents. This is the one I've added now. No. So this is the one I've added now. So it added the ID, name, description, and is computed. it has added some more e tag when it changes and self something that you don't have to worry about of that as a developer, but you can take a use of this e tag to see whenever your document was updated and all. Okay, so right now this is how a document, all the related things to one thing is now in one document, right? This is one record. Now I'm going to move to this document DB Studio. I am doing it just because I want to show you document DB Studio as well. I can do exactly same thing from here as well. Just FYI, everything is there in the portal as well, but this is more sophisticated or a client tool. You don't have to worry about going to the portal, and if you don't have the access, that is also can be one thing. Most of the people might not have the access to the Azure portal, but they will have the access to the database. In that scenario, you can do here file, add account, the endpoint, the URL that I showed you, and the key. Okay, click on OK. It's going to add. Simple, right? Okay. So I have written a query. This is very simple query. Select star from C. C is my collection. Okay. Where C dot is compute is equal to 2.
You can make joins also.
Joins is not, no requirement of joins. Everything is one document. It hurt. See, I queried and see that two documents, I have two documents where is computed was 2. My total documents were 3. 1, 2, 3. The one I have added right now in front of you is false. So I'm able to do the query as well. Whatever query you used to do in SQL, same knowledge. You don't have to worry about learning something new. Same knowledge is going to be working here. It's supposed that the SQL everything. Okay? Understood this part?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Can you query two collections at a time? I mean,
Why not? Why not?
There you have to do some kind of join or something.
No.
No. Select star from
One day
From database. From this collection, this collection. See? If you have to worry, if you have everything is there,
Two collection actually.
huh?
Two document
Two, huh?
single statement. Single select table.
It's not one.
No, I didn't understood actually your
Let's say you have two collections.
two collections.
One query you want to get data from two collections.
Huh, you can know. You can. How? Actually, I don't have data there, but it's as simple as putting your database name if you want to put the whole thing. If you have, let's say, all the collections, then you can put database name. Okay. Otherwise, you can put collection name and this.
Database document.
Huh. Yes. To do this dot to do items or something like that.
So this Expo is the REST API for us to consume. So
Yes.
is it based on pure REST model? Because
Yes.
what I see is that the attachment, it's like a URL. So does it follow that gate OS principle wherein if there are some child collections, so like attachments here, it won't give you first the all the attachments, but it will give you the URLs to those attachments when I query this.
You are because it's going to save in the form of blocks.
Yeah, but say
Okay,
that
let's say attachments are, let's say, my image. Okay, it cannot put my image over there. It's test based. Everything is test here, right? My image is binary data. What we are going to use, you can use block storage and then attach it here in the form of attachments. Or you can don't use attachments. Create a separate property altogether. You can do it. Upload it to a block and then put it. When you upload it to a block, you will get a unique URL. Okay, that URL you can do.
Just one more thing. How do you add a key for that application, your own application? If you want to generate a key.
Which key?
Authorization key of
Secure key.
Secure key.
Yeah.
You don't generate it actually. Here it is. So here you can regenerate it. If you want, if someone was using it and want to take the access from it, regenerate it. Okay. This is the URL. This is the primary key, secondary key. This is the connection string directly they are preparing for you. Just click on copy. Here. So this is basically a GUID. Key is nothing but a specific unique GUID associated with your account for the security purpose that is coming from the right source to authenticate it. With that, I complete my session. If you have any more questions, we can take it offline. But I think these people are waiting for me and they are cursing me that they have to go home as well and they have some fun activity planned. By the way, they have planned a very good event. It was very organized, so big round of applause for these guys. And thank you everyone for bearing me for 1 hour. I think I spoke for more than 1 hour if I'm not wrong. So thanks everyone.
Just take a quick moment to finish your feedback form and then we will collect it.
And while filling the feedback form, always remember I was the one who gave you chicky. Anyone needs it? No?
It's okay, no rush, just fill it properly.
Anyone needs Azure Pass?
Yeah.
Now everyone needs, huh?
Session actually.
How many of you are going to write NoSQL in their resume today?
It's too early. If you will give Azure Pass, then
If I give you Azure Pass?
yeah, then definitely.
Okay. And I don't have that much. I should have